Welcome, everybody. It is a great pleasure for me to have our webinar speaker, Dr. Alya Arabi, from the United Arab Emirates University, who is an expert in computational chemistry and is using AI, which everybody wants to learn about. So without further ado, I give the stage to Dr. Alya Arabi. Tafadali.
Thank you very much, Prof. Rami, for the invitation and for your time to arrange for this seminar. It's my great pleasure today to tell you about our research in our lab that involves computational sciences and artificial intelligence in drug design. To begin with, I am from the College of Medicine and Health Sciences at the United Arab Emirates University in the UAE. I belong to the Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Today, I will be talking to you about the effect of high voltage electric fields on point mutations in DNA and therefore their consequences on cancer development. I will talk about AI in drug design. I will tell you about one quantum tool that we developed in our lab related to drug design. And I will hit a little bit on the ethics of using AI in the medical field in general. To begin with, you can see here a base pair, DNA base pair with electric field exposure. This project started by correlating to one of the news where they have a high voltage tower here and in residential areas, and people are complaining that they are developing more cancer over time. So we really wanted to see to which extent are these voltage towers affecting our health. During DNA replication, you have the unwinding of two base pairs. It's possible that the unwinding can happen based on the Lovedean mechanism incorrectly. So you can have this proton go to that side and this proton come to the other side, and you will have mutated versions of nucleotides. Now, this will generate something called a tautomer. So you can have the A star T star tautomer or the G star C star tautomer. At the same time, you can have only one proton go to the other side, and this will generate deuter ions for the AT and the GC. We found that at the timeline of the unwinding, there is probability of forming one persistent G star C star, and this G star C star can potentially be at the timeline of the unwinding present to cause cancer. Although it's small, it can be very important and lead to cancer disease. Now, in the second project, we recently had a publication in 2024 about how AI can be helpful in each of the parts of AI drug design, starting from the disease itself all the way to the drug being in the market. So here in the blue boxes, you see how AI is helping, and here you can see what are the stages. So we have stages including disease diagnosis, target identification, so you want to know which protein to target, the lead identification, so you know which molecule can target the protein that you have chosen as a target. Lead optimization, here you say, okay, I have a drug, but I want to improve it. I want to have less toxicity, higher half-life, etc., more hydrophobic, whatever property. You want to optimize the molecule, so this is the lead optimization. Then you go to preclinical, clinical, and drug approval. And we show in each of these steps how AI can be helpful. You are welcome to read this paper for more details. Next, I will talk to you about a quantum tool that we have developed to facilitate drug design. For this, we had 2 US patents approved. Here, I'm showing the idea of the first US, where we're taking a drug molecule. but it has so many conformers. So we calculate the AED for each of the conformers in the molecule, and then we do the classification to give these clusters. So what the tool does is it gives clusters of conformers where you can see per cluster, you see the same pictures. These pictures are called electrostatic potential maps, and they can be guidelines to the key and lock complementarity between the drug itself, the conformer, and the receptor. So as long as you have the same electrostatic potential map, you can say, okay, why should I test all of these conformers? It would be sufficient to take only one conformer per cluster and test how it will react, and you would expect that the others will have the same behavior. In the second patent, what we have is we moved from classifying conformers of one molecule to classifying conformers of two molecules, and per cluster of conformers. So here, this is for one molecule, and this is for another molecule. So we will take this cluster and we will match its AED with the other cluster of the molecule, and we compare the electrostatic potential maps, and we find them to have to be the same. So for example, here you have four red lobes indicating more negative regions, and one blue lobe indicating more positive region. And here you have the same, four negative lobes, red lobes, and one blue lobe with similar disposition, meaning that now we can determine which conformer of one molecule is likely to interact the same as which conformer of another molecule. Where I would like to highlight also one thing, the molecules, we chose them in such a way that they are analogs of each other. We did bioisosteric replacement from one to the other, and bioisosteres are known to be replacements in the drug in such a way that you do not lose the biological activity. In other words, the complementarity between the ligand and the receptor. Then we will move into a little bit of ethics of using AI. We have 3 publications on this. You are welcome to read more details, but they cover overall a few of the aspects related to, for example, related to ethics as a general, and in particular related to who has access to the data, how do you deal with the privacy of the patient who's delivering the data, bias, overfitting in the machine learning tools that you are using, patent ownership. If an AI develops comes with an invention, this AI is not eligible for an inventorship. So the inventor can only be a natural human. And you can patent the invention. You call it AI assisted invention under the name of the inventor, who is a natural human, natural person. Accountability and liability. So for example, when AI is doing a surgery, does it have a license to do a surgery? If it does a mistake, what happens? Risk of replacing and controlling. For example, maybe AI can develop itself to very advanced stage where it can overrule what humans would like to choose. And last but not least, job opportunities. In general, based on this study here in the UK, for each, the expectations is that with AI, for each 80 jobs out of market, you have 20 jobs created new. So you are still in overall net loss of jobs overall as a result of having this technology in our world. With this, I would like to end by thanking my collaborators, the funding agency, the computational resources. I'd like to thank the team involved in these projects, and thank you all.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Alya. Very, very informative introduction to how AI is in chemistry and drug discovery, but also with your 3 big discoveries and the patents. Very, very interesting and comprehensive. Dr. Alya Arabi is also representing the Arab region in the World Academy of Sciences, TWAS. She's a young affiliate of the Academy, and a young affiliate alumni as well, and she's a leading figure in the Middle East and the Arab world in women in science. We would like to know in maybe a minute or two, how did you achieve this stage since, I don't know, high school maybe? How did you reach your position of associate professor?
Since high school, I was born and raised in Lebanon, and I studied at a private school there. It definitely has a big impact on my path because I had one of our instructors come to me and tell me, if you're not a chemist, you have to be a chemist. So I took it from there as a high school student to Canada, where I registered at Mount St. Vincent University as an undergraduate student in chemistry major, biology minor. And from there, I took a Bachelor of Honors degree, which is equivalent to a one-year master's. And then I did the PhD program at Dalhousie University, again in chemistry with basically by training, it was all computational chemistry. From there, I moved back to the Middle East, and I was working part-time at Abu Dhabi University, then full-time at Zayed University as assistant professor, then was promoted to associate, and soon after I moved to the United Arab Emirates University to be where I am. The school that I attended in Lebanon is called Saint Famille.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alia. It's a very nice talk, and we hope to have you in person in Egypt very soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and the opportunity, and thank you so much.